I saw his ship sail into New York Harbor that day in 1891, past the Statue of Liberty, past the hundreds of people cheering on the shore. All America seemed to be waiting for him, and for his music. How could I know that he would also change my family's life forever?
Extra, extra, read all about it!
Tchaikovsky visits New York!
Greatest concert of the century tomorrow!
Carnegie Hall under construction!
Will Workman finish in time?
No! Stop the music! We cannot continue the rehearsal under these conditions.
Jenny, Alexander, shh.
Gentlemen, I did not write this concerto for piano and carpenters. Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky will not conduct this concert. Carnegie Hall will never open. Good day.
But Mr. Tchaikovsky, oh no, you can't leave us now. The concert's tomorrow. Why, all New York will be here.
Mrs. Petrov, you have been a gracious hostess all week long, but I must get away from this madness.
Oh, no, you're just tired. All this rehearsing has worn you out.
I don't know where to go. They're always after me.
Who's after you? Robbers?
Worse, reporters. They want an exclusive story about the world-famous composer. What do you think of New York, Mr. Tchaikovsky? What is your favorite piece of music, Mr. Tchaikovsky? What is the color of your nightcap, Mr. Tchaikovsky? Oh, enough.
You need a holiday.
Oh, Alexander, not
A
now.
holiday? Where would you suggest?
Niagara Falls.
Oh, sweetie.
Everyone has to see Niagara Falls.
But how will we get by those reporters?
Our carriage is waiting out back.
There he is! Mr. Tchaikovsky!
Mr. Tchaikovsky!
They've seen us.
Driver, take us to Grand Central Station, and quickly.
Wait! Aren't you going to conduct a concert?
They're following us.
Faster, driver.
Here we are. Hurry.
Last call for Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls.
Run, Mr. Tchaikovsky, run.
I'm coming!
Jenny! No, they're this way.
Over there! Mr. Tchaikovsky! Mr. Tchaikovsky! Where are you going?
It's moving! We're going to miss the train!
We've lost Mother. We have to jump.
Wait! Stop!
Ready? Jump! This is going to be a fantastic trip. What happened to the reporters? I can't see them.
What about your mother?
She's already seen Niagara Falls. We can be your tour guides.
Who are these men?
They're railwaymen. They used to be slaves. President Lincoln freed them, but their life is still very hard. Papa calls them wanderers in their own land.
The music is so powerful.
This way.
Now, who are all these people? So many different languages.
They're settlers. They've come from all over to build a new life here.
They have such courage. So far from their homelands.
Let's find the dining car.
The whole world is right here in this car.
Here we are. Watch your step. Welcome to the George Washington Polka, the latest luxury for the modern traveler. Notice the modern gaslights, the elegant upholstery.
You certainly know a lot about trains.
Papa built this railroad. He started out with a pick and shovel, and now he's the president of the company.
So your mother told me.
But you're famous, too. Even Papa doesn't have reporters chasing after him. No one seems to recognize you here.
Except the piano player.
Really?
That's my music he's playing.
You're You're kidding. You wrote that? Not too bad.
Well, thank you.
Good morning, sir. Please take a table here. May I take your order?
I'll have a Coca-Cola.
A cola cuca?
I am sorry, young man. I do not serve Coca-Cola on my train. It may be new, but it will never replace sarsaparilla. Your order, sir?
Oh, I wish we could have tea the way they make it in my country, Russia. It's been so long.
Ah, bien sûr. The Russian tea. Very sweet. With sugar and just a touch of raspberry.
Now, watch this. I'm going to show you music in a cup of tea. I want you to hear the taste. First, we pour the hot water. Watch the steam. And 2? No, 3 teaspoons of sugar. And the magic ingredient, raspberry. Ah, listen to the bubbles.
That's good.
What are you writing? A ballet in a restaurant?
You're not far off. It's a rather silly story, but I think children will like it in the future.
So it's got dancing food in it.
Alex, you never listen to what people say. Use your imagination.
Well, then let's order something better than tea. He's buying. How about coffee?
Alexander, Mother wouldn't approve.
Mother's not here.
Oh, very well.
Really?
1 coffee, please. But I will be the one drinking it.
Rats.
Ah, thank you. Now, tell me what coffee sounds like.
Let me see. Well, it's dark and warm.
Like my clarinets.
And when you lift up the cup, you can smell the aroma rising to your nose. It makes me feel lazy.
Violins sway and lull you to sleep.
Coffee comes from Arabia, doesn't it?
Of course. The Arabian Nights. Aladdin and his lamp. The king commands the slave to tell him a story. 1001 tales told on late into the night.
What are you writing on the menu?
Oh, just a few notes. You've given me some ideas.
Hey, we're writing a ballet.
There's always music being written in this old head.
You know what I'd really like to hear? Chocolate.
Great. That sure beats tea and coffee.
Monsieur, some of those lovely chocolate truffles for the lady. I must admit I have a weakness for them myself.
Mademoiselle?
Oh, how wonderful.
Sunshine from Spain.
Papa says chocolate makes us dance like gypsies.
Mother says it rots our teeth.
Will the dancers eat real chocolate on the stage?
Not if they want to get into their costumes every night. Enjoy the dance.
gentleman with a white beard? He's a composer. Goes by the name of Tchaikovsky.
That's Tchaikovsky?
Sounds like a sneeze to me.
I am sorry, but I do not discuss our guest with such as you.
He said he wasn't going to conduct the Carnegie Hall opening. Then he walked out. I smell a story here.
Well, perhaps you could smell it somewhere else.
Oh, come on, Joe. Let's check the day card. We'll be back.
That was a close one.
Oh, perhaps we should turn back. If they catch me in Niagara, they'll probably make me go over the falls in a barrel.
You're worried about the concert, aren't you, sir?
Being famous doesn't stop the doubts and fears, Jenny. I wish I could go back home now.
What's Russia really like?
I can never leave my country without feeling homesick. I suppose that's why we call her Mother Russia. She's always waiting for you to return, waiting to embrace you. Listen to that bell. How many times have I stood in the door of my house and listened to the church bells tolling from the hill? I watch the people, poor people, hard-working people, walking hand in hand to the little church. From the outside it looks so plain, simple whitewashed walls under those beautiful onion-shaped domes. But inside is another world. The candles burn before the painted saints. The incense climbs into the dome. And from the very heart of these people comes their music, rich and dark. In their hardship seems to come an unquenchable hope. You know, I work and teach in a great city, St. Petersburg. That's where my students are, where my operas and ballets are played. But that is not the real Russia. It is not until I get on a train, like this, and see those buildings disappear, that I feel that I'm really coming home, that I can leave all my worries and fears behind. It is so beautiful. Wheat fields stretching out like a golden sea, waving and blowing in the summer sun. Dark pine forests full of mysterious shadows and spirits. Great rivers frozen hard as steel by the winter wind. And finally, my tiny village with my little house. I can walk through the trees along the stream. I always carry this notebook in my pocket because musical ideas will jump out of my head so fast that I can't remember them. Sometimes I just sit on the banks and listen to the children sing. No matter where I travel, my heart and soul wait for me at home among the birch trees. How I wish I was there now.
I don't want to hear about the old country anymore.
Alexander!
You're just like my father, always talking about Russia, about how wonderful his country is. Well, it may be his country, but it sure isn't mine.
Sasha, I think he just wants you to be proud of your Russian heritage.
Don't call me Sasha. I'm American. It's Alex here. I'm sorry, sir. I know that you love Russia, but why do people have to get so stuck in the old ways? We have electricity now. Blow out the old candles.
I agree with you completely.
You do?
Of course. I love new inventions. At home, I even have a bicycle.
Well, here in America, we can even make your music new.
Well, thank you. I thought all my music was new. Like this piece. Can you hear the silver?
Come over to the piano. Excuse me, how about a little Tchaikovsky in ragtime?
Oh, your ragtime is wonderful. But you see, I'm trying to do something else in my music.
What's that?
I want to draw you into a story, make you know the characters, feel what they're feeling. And the story can be dark and mysterious.
Are you trying to scare us?
Of course. Now, close your eyes. Once, there was a deep, dark forest. Some said it was haunted. Through the shadows rode 3 horsemen. The trees hung low over their heads. The branches brushed their faces. No one said anything. They were lost. All around them, the shadows seemed to shift and sway. Look over there, the prince whispered. The Lake of Enchantment. No one has ever seen it. Watch, we may see the spirits. A cold wind rustled the silver waters of the lake, and before their eyes, snow-white swans rose mysteriously to the surface. They arched their long necks and swam slowly in magical circles. Look, one of them is wearing a crown. As the prince spoke, the swan swam to the shore. The moonlight sparkled on the diamonds in her crown. For a moment, they shut their eyes against the dazzling light. When they opened their eyes, they couldn't believe what they saw. The swan had turned into a girl with sad, beautiful eyes. The other swan maidens joined her, and they danced in the moonlight. Quickly he ran and took the hand of the swan princess. She cried in fear, "Oh, please, let me go. I cannot stay. We must hide in the lake." "Why do you tremble in such fear?" "Oh, sir, when I was a child, my mother died. My father was bewitched by a sorceress. I fled into the woods. I followed my mother's voice and found this magic lake which her dying tears had filled. I touched the water to find her, and I was changed into a swan." "That is a sorceress! I must flee!" In an instant, the prince was surrounded by a snowstorm of white feathers. The swan maidens rose above the waters, their wings silver in the moonlight. "Where will I see you again?" the prince cried. "Where your heart tells you." And her voice faded in the distance over the glistening lake. "Come back," the prince called. "Come back."
What happened then? Did he find her?
I guess you'll just have to come to Russia and find out.
No, I'll never go to Russia.
Why do you say that?
He's just upset because Papa wants us to move back to Russia, some place called Minsk.
But all my friends are here. I won't know anyone. I don't even speak Russian. It's all right for Papa. Grown-ups don't get afraid.
I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of?
I'm terrified when I have to conduct. For 20 years, I couldn't even find the courage to stand in front of an orchestra. Even now, I sometimes just shut my eyes and pretend they're not there.
You can do it. You just have to open your eyes.
I just don't know. Russia seems so far away.
Albany! This way out for Albany!
Let's get out and stretch our legs.
What about the reporters?
Oh, let them go chase Voracek for a change.
Hot dogs! Get your red hot dogs!
Cotton candy!
Postcards! Postcards!
Have you ever eaten a hot dog, Mr. Tchaikovsky?
You eat your dogs here?
No, it's a sausage in a bun, ready in a minute.
Even the food is fast in America.
Baseball game tonight at the fairground. Get your tickets here.
We should go to a baseball game while you're here.
Oh, all my bases are in the orchestra.
Oh, please.
Hey, there they are!
It's the reporters!
All aboard!
Mr. Tchaikovsky, are you going to conduct the concert?
Are you going to come back to New York?
Get back on the train!
Watch out for the luggage cars!
They fell over.
Come on, Mama!
Did they get back on?
Who knows where they are?
Wonderful. I'm going to have to write a chase scene for my next ballet. What could possibly happen next?
Surprise!
Papa! How did you get here?
What happened to Mother?
One at a time! Well, after your little escapade at Grand Central Station, your mother telegraphed me and I took the train down here from Buffalo.
You have two very lively children, Mr. Petrov.
Yes, I'm afraid there's more American than Russian in them.
Papa, Mr. Tchaikovsky's been telling us the most wonderful stories about Russia and his music.
We're very proud to have you in New York, sir. We Russians will show them how to do things up properly, won't we?
How long have you been in America?
Tell him about the boat trip, Papa.
That old story. Well, sir, I was the son of peasants. Our life was very hard. The winters, the disease. We were farmers, but every year the Tsar's men seemed to take more food, ask for more taxes. We lived in fear all the time. So my brother and I decided to come to America. I wasn't much older than Alexander. They took everything from us before we boarded the ship. They called us traitors for leaving the motherland. That's when I vowed that I would come back and change a few things when I made good. We were herded into the bottom of the ship like prisoners. The voyage seemed to take months. We were cold and hungry. Many of us became sick. My brother died on that voyage. But one day, I heard shouting up on the deck. I rushed up, and there she was, the Statue of Liberty. We all stood silently at the railing as we passed. Her face didn't wear a smile of welcome, but it seemed full of purpose and determination. I knew then that I had a new life ahead of me.
Papa, let's show him the new electric light bulbs.
Oh, yes. Come and see the real America.
I love all these new inventions. Who would have thought you could have buildings 10 stories high with elevators to take you to the top? I even heard a man saying we'll all be talking on these new telephone inventions soon.
And I can call you in Russia.
Can I flip the switch, Papa?
Well, all right. Be careful.
Now watch this. 3, 2, 1.
Wonderful.
Someday we'll see these lights all over the country. Can you imagine just flicking a switch and having light?
I'll tell you something. In my Sleeping Beauty, I couldn't make sparks come out of the dancer's fingertips, so I put electricity right in the music.
Ow!
Alexander, turn it off! Why don't we all have a cool drink?
Oh, yes. I'd love ginger ale.
Oh, no. Here come the dancing bubbles again.
Not this time. Try this. When I was in Paris, I discovered a brand new instrument, just invented. I'm sending it back to Russia with top secret written on the box. It looks like a piano, but it plays tiny silver bells. They call it a celeste.
That means heavenly. Oh, it makes me want to dance.
Jenny is the dancer in our family.
Show us your steps, Jenny. You can be my sugar plum fairy. On point now. Extend, extend. Back straight. That's it. And smile.
Isn't she wonderful? Oh, watch out, dear!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Looks like the sugar plum fairy to me.
Alex.
Ow!
Children, this isn't the Wild West.
Come. Sit down here. Why don't I tell you another story? Listen. Can you hear it? Magic. Can you see her? Carabosse, the evil fairy. Slowly she waved her magic wand over the princess. Poor Aurora. She felt her eyes closing and she struggled against the evil spell. Why, oh, why had her parents not invited Carabosse when she was born? All of the other fairies had come. But then the shadow fell. Carabosse, angry and bitter, had appeared in their midst. She laid her cold, withered hand on the baby's cheek and whispered terrible words into Aurora's ear. On your 20th birthday, my little darling, you'll prick your finger. You will sleep like the dead forever. And now, 20 years later, on her birthday feast, Aurora had pricked her finger. As her eyes closed, she heard the voice of her godmother, the Lilac Fairy. Sleep softly, my child, for I will protect you. Sleep until the day that love will come. As the princess closed her eyes, she smelt the sweet, lingering scent of lilacs. They grew and grew until the palace was hidden in a magical forest. And among the purple blossoms, the Lilac Fairy waited, watching for the day when love would come. 100 years passed. The lilacs bloomed and faded with the passing seasons, and still the princess slept, imprisoned in the spell of Carabosse. The sun shone brightly as Prince Desiree rode toward the great forest which encircled the castle. Who are you looking for? The lilac fairy asked. I am searching for the one who will love me. The fairy raised her wand, and like a magic curtain, the wall of lilacs parted. There was the castle of the sleeping princess, the Sleeping Beauty. The princess lay on her golden bed. He took her hand, and his lips softly touched Aurora's. Slowly, her eyes opened. The spell was broken. Aurora took the prince by the hand, and together they danced in the first moments of their love.
It looks as if we have two more Sleeping Beauties.
Yes. Well, let them sleep. They have so much on their minds.
Oh, I know. Alexandra is very angry about going back to Russia.
Jenny as well.
Jenny? She hasn't said anything.
And she won't. She loves you too much to disappoint you.
Even my wife has her doubts.
Mr. Petrov, why do you want to go back?
I made a promise that I would go back to all those people I left behind.
But Russia is not the same. You've had your civil war here in America. Ours is coming. There will be no place for children.
I have to go back. I have to show my children that I'm not afraid of those ghosts anymore.
But these are not your children's ghosts. How can you say you didn't have the courage? It took great courage to leave your friends and family.
I suppose so.
Dmitri Ivanovich, may I? Your children are proud of you because you came to America. It's time to lay the past to rest.
But how can I forget Russia?
You never will. Sing to them, Dmitri. Sing to them. That is the heart of Russia.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. I just don't know what to do.
Jenny, are you asleep?
No, I'm still awake.
I wonder what they're talking about.
I think it's about Russia. Maybe Mr. Tchaikovsky can make him understand.
I'm not so sure anymore. When I hear him tell all those stories of Russia, I almost want to go there myself.
I know what you mean.
Maybe Papa's right. Maybe we should go.
Mr. Tchaikovsky, please open
Please
up,
open
sir.
up, Mr. Tchaikovsky.
It's the reporters. I locked the door.
The poor fellows. I can't make them stay outside forever. Let them in.
All right, gentlemen. Just one question.
What did you discover in America?
There's an electric energy in this country. All these people, so generous and open-hearted, their ideas, their dreams, their music, all flowing together like a mighty river. Everything tumbling towards the future. That's what I discovered in America.
One last question. Everyone is saying that you won't conduct the concert at Carnegie Hall. Is that true?
Gentlemen, I simply can't answer that question now.
Niagara Falls, this way on!
We're here. Come on, Mr. Tchaikovsky. The falls are just around the corner. I can see the mist.
Wait a moment. Slow down. Take my hand. Listen to the music of your land. Strong, free, and full of hope.
And now you remember your music. You don't have to be afraid of conducting anymore. Close your eyes and listen.
Now open your eyes. What a concert!
I knew he could do it! There's so much mist in the harbor tonight. I can hardly see the Statue of Liberty.
However did you get him to conduct that concert?
We opened his eyes.
And he opened mine. Jenny, Alexander, Nadia, I want to tell you all something. We're staying here. America is our home.
But you wanted to go back so much.
It's a long story. But I don't think we need to move back. Not now. This is our country.
Thank you, Papa. Maybe we could take a trip to Russia. You could show us all those places you've told us about.
Jenny, can you see Mr. Tchaikovsky on the ship?
There, on the top deck. He's standing all by himself. He's raising his top hat.
Thank you, Peter Ilyich.